So after watching around an hour of YouTube videos, trying to find out what people are doing for cable management, for labeling their cables, for live events, and so forth, I decided to just go to the drawing board and figure it out on my own because none of the videos were really helpful. They all showed heat shrinking and resoldering the cable and buying like really large heat shrink tubing and somehow putting it over the XLR connector and all that stuff. Anyway, if you were frustrated like I was, I figured out a pretty cheap way to do it, and the labels stay on the cable. So let's start with the materials I used. You'll need a label maker. I'm using a P-Touch by Brother, but any label maker will do. A pair of scissors, some polyethylene tape that you can buy anywhere, and a tape measure. Mine is 30 feet because my cables are up to around 30 feet, but whatever your longest cable is, get a tape measure that long. I label each cable with an identifier SK, and then I put the cable length right next to it. On my label maker, you got to hit the back button and then put in the cable length. In this case, it's a 20-foot cable, so I put in SK 20 feet. Then you hit print, the number of copies. I'm going to make 2 copies because I'm going to put a label on both ends of the cable, and then hit print. And this is what the label looks like. Use your scissors to cut the label so it looks like this. I like to orient the label on the male end of an XLR cable like this. Taking the back peel off these labels can sometimes be tricky. Let me show you an easy trick to get the back label off. Fold it in half from behind. Then use your nail to reach underneath and pull from the middle. And the back should come right up. Now let's place the label on the connector. Next, I take my scissors and cut the polyethylene tape a little wider than the width of the label. The tape will weatherproof the label. I cut mine long enough where I could cut it in half so I could use half on one end and half on the other end. Next, I'm going to peel the back off the polyethylene tape and stick it over the label to weatherproof it. And that's it. You have a labeled XLR cable without having to desolder it or buy heat shrink tubing and all that good stuff. I hope this helps.